This is Ham Radio Perspectives. I'm Quinn, K8QS.
I'm Tom, WA9TDD.
I'm Stuart, WA5US.
Okay, guys, this is amazing. Stuart, we got to give you heavy credit on this one because you did so much research on it. But we are actually going to present a video here where we look at contemporary ham radio rig kits. Rig meaning a receiver, a transmitter, or a transceiver, not all the accessories. And we think we have a pretty complete list. We're going to run right through this. We're going to give you the different companies and then also give you an example of a product from the company. In some cases, they only have the one product, but these are kits that you can build. Some are one-day kits. Some may take you weeks, but it's interesting to see how much is out there. And we think you'll really, really like this. So after each manufacturer's slide, when we profile a particular one, we'll say a few things about it. But we want to encourage you to download the complete notes from this video. Pages and pages of notes about all these different rigs. We just fly through it. So if you want more information, in the description for this video, there will be a link and you can download the full thing. And thanks again to Stu for getting us going on this.
Well, what's currently available out there as of this month, there are 50 different kit-built products. And we checked all of these out, so they were all still up and alive this month. So I can't guarantee they'll be there all next month. It's a pretty fluid situation. But right now, that's what we got out there.
It's amazing. QRP Labs, Tom.
Okay, QRP Labs is the benchmark for modern hand radio kit building. It's the widest range of kits. Most popular is the QMX Plus. In fact, I recently ordered one. And there's a bit of a wait time on these orders.
How long a wait is it?
Well, let's see. I placed the order on June 24th. Today is August 27th. And I'm still waiting. I think I'm number 324 on the list.
All right. And what you ordered is this one right here, which is their most popular.
That's correct. That's the QMX Plus. It's 160 to 6 meter, 3 to 5 watt transceiver covering 11 bands in a small box. It does CW standalone digital modes over a single USB. Sideband using either an external microphone or audio from the host computer.
I saw a recent talk by the developer, and he's in Turkey where these are made, and he only has 10 people building them. So there's some more information.
There you go. That's why.
Okay, I've got the next one, I guess. HF Signals. That's they're in India. And they make this LARC set, $339 all analog 40 meter SSB CW kit. You can build it in a day, they say. And the next slide is another one of the things that they make. It's a UBIT-X V6 transceiver. You see it on the screen there. It covers 3 to 30 megahertz. Double conversion superhet on a single board. It's a 6-band. Transmit power is 10 watts. It costs $150 to $209, depending on which components you get.
And Elecraft, of course, well known, fairly pricey, but very good equipment. The last full Elecraft kit available now is the 160 through 10 meter CW SSB transceiver, the K2. And the K2 there, you can see sells for about $1,760 US right now. It's 8-band. It's CW, it's sideband, it's got plug-in options that you can get up to 160 meters. The kit's built module by module, so you plunk these modules in. It's not the old-fashioned kind of Heath kit or whatever where you solder them in, but it's a quality rig still being made, the one kit left by Elecraft.
Okay, CR Kits. The Chinese company CR Kits is the value end of the market. The current line includes the ADX-S V2 digital mode transceiver covering 40 to 10 meters, the ADT open source Whisper FT8 transmitter, the classic PCB kit series for club and classroom builds, and the R3500D 80 meter direction finding receiver. This is the ADX-S. And this shows the main board with the band filter module fitted with the BNC antenna jack alongside. This Arduino digital transceiver is a superhet for digital mode QRP on Whisper, FT8, FT4, and JS8. It comes in a 4-band version with 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters, or a 7-band version that adds 30, 17, and 12 meters, and is priced around $70.
Okay, here we have an open source transceiver. Oh, the USDX covers sideband, CW, and digital, the size of a deck of cards, and that the schematics and firmware are freely published. Cost about $70. It comes in different colors. This is the orange one, obviously. It's in a 3D printed case. Weighs about 140 grams. The 5 bands are standard, 80 through 20. And as I said before, CW, upper and lower sideband, AM and FM, delivers 5 watts from a 13.8 volt supply, and it'll produce a half a watt running just on the 5 volts you can get from a USB port.
It's truly amazing. Now, Tom, you just bought one of these, right?
I bought one of these, and it is an amazing little radio, and it's fully supported by the developers. They have a big forum. It's an amazing little radio. It has, you update the firmware on this thing. It has a band scope on it. I've tried it on CW. I haven't tried it on sideband yet, but I will be trying this on digital as soon as I get the proper cabling for it.
Okay, so there's a good support for that. Now, the 4-state QR group is a whole different thing here. We're talking about a club that is making these available. They have various things like the Hilltopper 20, a single sideband 20-meter CW transceiver. And this is related to gaining support for the club,
Right.
the QRP club, in Branson. Their current catalog includes the Hilltopper 20, 30, and 40-meter single sideband transceivers, now with a Tailboy LCD version, and the Cricket 20 and Cricket 40 minimalist rigs. So here we have the Hilltopper 20. You can see there, get a sense of the size for $125 USB. Single band 20-meter CW transceiver kitted by this volunteer group, tunes across the whole band. There's a keyer built in. That's what you see. Those little knobs there are for the gain, speed, function, and tuning. There's no display. To find out where you are, Stu, on this one, right, you press a button and the radio sends you the frequency in an abbreviated form of Morse code.
Yep.
1 band, no screen, 5 watts, press the button to know what frequency you're on. It's really something.
Nightfire Electronics is sold through VA kits, and that's an entry point rather than a station. These are learning kits for building practice, not rigs to work the world. The Nightfire Electronics version of the QRP Pixie, and that's a classic, is a 2-transistor, 40-meter CW transceiver. The Pixie is a piece of QRP folklore. Nightfire's board is an upgraded take on the classic Pixie 4. This under $20 US rig puts out 360 milliwatts on a 12-volt supply. The board is 2.5 inches square. Crystals are offered on a range of 40-meter frequencies. And being
amazing.
Okay, the QRP Me. Now, here's one that some of you may have heard of. They offer the Tuna 10 2, along with another product called the Sudden Storm Receiver and something else called the Little Squall 2, which is their take on the aforementioned Pixie transceiver we just covered. And what you're seeing in the next slide is the 50th anniversary, or this slide, of the Tuna 10 2 board. And it's ready to go. In fact, this can that it's in is a can that the developer found in Walmart. He saw a can of tuna that had the same blue color that his printed circuit board. So he got it shown right here, mounted in that can. The kit's complete right down to the solder and the sandpaper for cleaning the toroid wire. Costs about $45. What a deal.
What a deal. Man, I love this review. Pebble HF, 20-meter all mode. Pebble HF. It's 20-meter all-mode transceiver at the low end of the price range and the shortest build of all of the radios that we are featuring. Let's take a closer look at this so you can get a real sense of it here. There you go. There is a little screen there you can see. It's in the same family tree as the TR-USDX, but stripped down to 1 band, Modes include CW, sideband, digital FTA, JS8, and FT4. It puts out about 5 watts on a battery, about 1 watt from the USB power adapter, all for about 55 clams US. Not bad.
And Zactec. Now, Zactec creates GPS-timed whisper beacons. These are dedicated transmitters that run unattended. The Whisper TX Pico kit is $38 US and light enough to fly under a balloon. The Whisper TX XP is $61 and covers 136 kilohertz to 70 megahertz. The XP Plus is $79, and the desktop model runs $139. They also sell a $49 CW Fleet transmitter and a multi-band Whisper receiver. The Zactec Whisper TX Pico, boy, say that 10 times fast. A transmitter you let go off the board, weighs 5.4 grams without the solar cells, antenna or harness. The two things you see are the polymer solar cells. Prototypes have managed up to 10 hours of operation a day, putting out 20 milliwatts. And these are basically for putting on a weather balloon, putting on a sailboat, model sailboat, and just let her go and track it.
There you go.
Okay, the next group here is from the QRP ham radio kits. I think they show about 4 or 5 kits up there. And these are full through hole builds with a high parts count. These are more expensive kits. The EGV Plus board alone has 50 identical decoupling capacitors. U.S. buyers need to send an email for the current pricing. You can find that in the PDF that Quinn's going to include on the site. And the models include a 9-band CW transceiver and the Plus model 40-30 20-meter CW. Then there's dual bander for CW and SSB and some single banders. And the next slide we show the EGV 9B V2. This is a CW only 9-band transceiver, 80 all the way down through 10 meters, every ham band, including the work bands. Most of these are, including this one, are about 5 watts on most bands. You get drops to 3 or 4 watts on 10 meters. And as I said, these are more complete outfits. They cost about $233 US. And if you want the enclosure, that's another $66.
Really neat, really neat. Now, Walford Electronics is in England, and they have models include single sideband direct conversion and DSB rigs of about 1.5 watts. They name these different rigs after different areas in the country. They have an SSB rig for 20 through 160 meters, plus the EXE-CW transmitter, aerial matching units, regen receivers, and audio modules. So they're doing a lot. But let's specifically talk about the Wells model, which is named after the tiny town just up the road from the owner's workshop. It's 3-band transceiver covering 80, 40, and 20 meters, running 5 watts. But unfortunately, at least for now, it's not currently shipped outside the UK. We hope that changes, but maybe you can find a used one anyway.
And the GQRP Club. The GQRP Club is a volunteer group and the largest QRP club in the world. Models include the Limerick Sudden receiver and the Limerick Sudden transmitter. Kits and sales are restricted to members, so you must first join. Membership is about £6 in the UK, 15 euros in Europe, and $20 in the USA. The GQRP Club Limerick Sudden Receiver RX. This is the Limerick Sudden Receiver, probably the most famous simple direct conversion receiver in amateur radio. The kit conversion covers the 30-meter band and receives CW and sideband. The members only price is £40, about $55 US plus postage.
It's a deal.
Okay, here we have Kanga products. When I first looked at these people, I would have sworn they were in Australia, but no, they're in the UK. They're supposedly a classic name in QRP kits over there. The models includes the Rock Rose and the Rooster. What a name. I got to have a rooster. Crystal controlled, well, maybe not. Crystal controlled CW transceivers for 40, 30, and 20. And the Whisper Mite, you got to love these names these people come up with. 2-band Whisper Beacon transmitter. And here we have the Rock Rose kit. It's the grown-up version of the Rooster. It's a CW-only transceiver. I'm going to say that name again, the grown-up version of the Rooster. For 40, 30, or 20 meters with a whopping 3 watts of RF out on 40 and 30, drop down to 2 on 20s. So you get 2 channels out of a single provided crystal. About $75 US money for the full Rock Rose kit, which includes the aluminum case. Now the Rock Rose Mini is about $55, plus postage, of course.
I just have to say, cock-a-doodle-doo. All right, here we go. All right, the Pacific Antenna Company here we're going to look at a little bit. In the U.S., it trades at qrpkits.com. The models include a multi-band direct conversion transceiver, a tri-bander, and the so-called EZ transmitter. Pacific will replace any electronic parts. You see that on the screen there, gang. Lifetime that you foul up, that you burn up or bang up or lose or whatever. Really something else. We our hats off. If we had hats on, we would take our hats off to them. So here we have the Pacific Antenna KD1JVMBDC. Say that 10 times real fast. Okay, it's the direct conversion receiver. It covers 100 kilohertz to 30 megahertz, all modes. The transmitter operates 60 and 80 meters only at 5.5 watts on 3.8 volts, but the rig can be reprogrammed to operate on other bands as well. Let's get into the breadboard here.
All right,
Tom.
the breadboard. Remember doing breadboards, Quinn?
Oh, boy, yeah. Loved it.
Yeah, breadboard radio offers the Woodpecker QRPP. I wonder if it goes with the rooster. Woodpecker and the rooster. QRPP, then that means sub-watt output transceiver using 60 or 40 meters, and the Splinter 2, a QRPP receiver and transmitter pair. Kit's complete with all parts, hardware, a quality printed circuit board, and on the Woodpecker, a cabinet and printed front panel decal. Here's the Woodpecker running 500 to 600 milliwatts of power on supplied crystal frequencies of 7.30 and 7.056 megahertz, and it's about $50 US.
Yeah, and the interesting thing here is, the QRPP, that means real low power. PP, under a watt.
Just imagine showing your friends your shack, and you say, now over here we have the rooster, and then there's the Tuna 10 too, and now over here on the right, you wonder what that is. That's the Woodpecker.
Yeah, right. So we want to do a show on rig names, but that'll be fun to add. But I just want to say about QRPP, I was in that condition, low power, before I had my prostate taken out.
Let's not go there.
Okay, the PP was really running slow.
This is a little thing, very popular rig from Ham Gadgets out of Colorado, somewhere, wherever they are. Offers a 5-band QRP CW transceiver. It's the only radio in their kit catalog. They also do Keers and other small kits. And on the next slide, you're going to see a bigger picture of it. This is the 5-band, 5-watt CW only CFT1 QRP CW field transceiver. Covers from 40 down to 15 meters. It has 4 memory playback buttons on the front and an iambic keyer with paddle reverse and both RIT and XIT. Costs about $320 US.
So look at this little slide here. Multi-band rigs, club and starter kits, single band and beacon. We have information on all of these, the companies with the URL links, plus information about some of the different rigs beyond what we presented here. And you can download all of that from the description for this video. So we hope this helps you. It's really encouraging to see all of the kits that are being made these days and the different levels and the fun you can have. And we are having fun. And we're even getting tempted into QRP. Thanks again to Stu for the heavy research on this. This is Ham Radio Perspectives. I'm Quinn, K8QS.
I'm Tom, WA9TDD.
And I'm Stuart, WA5US.
And so we wish you all 73.